Hello and welcome to part 4 of getting started with the OnAir Company. So in the last video we created our company here on Cumulus, the OnAir tutorial company, and now we're going to look at what the dashboard affords us. So the dashboard is split into several sections. Along the left hand side here we have some shortcuts, so we can go directly to the aircraft market, the operations map, we can look for jobs, we can look at jobs that we've already taken that are pending, we can check out the logs for what we've already flown. We can also look at activities, and activities is special kinds of jobs. So you've got tours, and those can be user created or created officially by OnAir itself. In the center we have a little 9-tile grid here that gives us a summary of what's going on with our company. So we can see current cash, company value, our income summaries, ratios, jobs, aircraft, FBOs, our level, and our employees. Now each of these can be clicked on to bring up specific screens. So our current cash, that's just how much liquid cash we have in the bank, and if we click on it, it will bring up a balance sheet showing us what's going on with our company. I can then go back and I'm back on the dashboard. The company value here, this is a comparison between how much debt you have and how much money you've made. So if you take a loan, this is going to end up going down. If you spend money on maintenance and repairs or buying aircraft, this potentially could go down. The value of your aircraft does count towards the value of your company. It currently reads 0 because we've started with our starting cash, so it ignores that. That's just our initial capital. But we've no debts, we've not bought anything, we've not spent anything, so it's going to be a flat 0. Clicking on that will bring up the balance sheet with the cash and assets versus the liability and equity. So it's going to be a comparison between what we currently own and what we've spent. So you can see here our share capital, our starting fund, is demonstrated here at 170. So we've put 170 out, but we've put 170 in, hence why it was 0. These will get summarized and you can expand the boxes. There's currently nothing to see because it's a new company. So if I expand them all, you can see the only thing shown is the owner equity here, but that will fill in as you go along. This ratios number here is just a quick check on the health of your company, essentially. So you've got a value for your assets, a value for your debt, and a comparison between the two. Clicking this will just bring up a screen that explains what's going on. So you've got your debt ratio and your return on assets, and you can read these if you want to know what they actually mean. The jobs list here, so we've got none pending, we haven't completed any. If we click it, it will take us to the pending jobs screen, which is exactly the same as clicking pending jobs over here. Aircraft, so we have none that are in flight right now, and we don't have any aircraft anyway. But if we click this, it will take us to the My Aircraft screen. Right now it's telling us we have no aircraft, so we can buy or rent one in the market. We have our FBOs. Currently we don't have any, but if we were to click it, it would take us to the FBO screen and we can manage our FBOs there, should we have any. Levels, so currently we're starting at level 1, we don't have any experience, so 0 out of 1000. 1000 is the amount required to get to level 2. This will change as you go. And underneath you have a reputation, which is your overall company reputation, which can be affected by many things. Clicking on it will summon the skill tree. So we start with 1 skill point, which we can spend on a skill. Now generally it depends on what you're going for, but the smartest choices are probably going to be to get a passenger license so that you can take passenger flights, to take a hiring agreement so that you can hire AI employees if you need to. So if you're planning on making AI flights or in tycoon mode, you need to take that first. Or FBOs potentially if you want to start FBOs from scratch, but generally that's not the greatest idea, and bank loans. Finally, we have the employees here. We have 1 employee, which is us. So if we click on this, it will bring up the employee list. You can see there I am with my little picture, and I'm currently awaiting orders on what to do. I'm at EGCC at Manchester. I've got 3,000 hours, and as I mentioned in the last video, it says plus 0 because it's how many hours I've actually logged in on air is shown separately. The default character doesn't have skills, so these will show as blank, but an AI pilot will have little bars here to demonstrate how skilled they are in those particular skills. Every employee has 2 skills. These are to do with how much the employee's salary and wages are. Well, the default character, it's us, so we don't take wages out of our own company. And we have the manage option here if we want to do additional things. So we're going to go back. So that's the main section here. At the bottom here, we have tips. This is a kind of helpful tutorial system. So different things will pop up here as we go. Right now it's showing us first aircraft. So we don't have an aircraft, and it's saying we need to go to the aircraft market. So we can click that button to go directly to the aircraft market. We can also click the button up here, or we could go to the world menu and go to the aircraft market up here. It's just shortcuts to remind you should be doing something. And then logistics center, you don't have any jobs, get one from the logistics center. So I click this and it'll go to the job search, which is the same as clicking this button here, or going to business and find jobs. Other things can appear, so if you need to do a check ride or something like that, if you get an aircraft that you basically aren't licensed to fly, it will pop up here saying you need to do a check ride. Click this button and it takes you directly there. Our notifications log here on the top right. So this will fill in with things that are happening to our company. Currently there is obviously nothing there because it's a fresh company, but things will fill in and we can use the button up there to mark them as red so that it can be distinguished between things that you've seen before and things you haven't. And then on the bottom right corner, we have the partners option. So partnership is just a way of keeping track of friends, companies, for example. It's really just a kind of friends list option. So you have an option to invite, or you have a button up here to add partners so that you can link yourself to them. And that is the main dashboard. So join me next time where we're going to start actually getting our first aircraft and getting ready to perform our first flight. See you next time.